Hello, this is Todd Luck, and this is a review of the Trials of Ultraman number 3 by Marvel Comics. This is the third in a 5-issue miniseries, and so let's take a look at this cover. This is by Art Adams, and I'm loving the Art Adams covers on this series. They're well rendered. Art Adams always draws monsters fantastic, and it's just really eye-catching, just really draws you in with this dude who's trying to live stream this or record this kaiju fight, and it actually does tie into something in the issue. So all the way around, I just love this cover. The artwork on the interior is a bit different. The storytelling could be a little bit better at the beginning here. We don't get any backgrounds. Fuji is talking about evacuating all these people around her, which we can't see. And then, because there's no backgrounds, it's a little disorienting to even get Ultraman's size in this scene. But keep in mind, they're in the basement of a nightclub, and Ultraman is normal size. You really can't tell it from here, but hopefully you remember last issue. He zapped the monster last issue with his finishing move, the traditional, ray blast, and for some reason it withstood that okay, but then a different attack kills it in one blow this issue. I don't know, just kind of glad they got it out of the way at least. And by the way, how tall is the basement in this nightclub? Look at this, he's jumping how high in the air? So there is a scene where someone does try to live stream a monster fight, and that does tie into the cover, but I don't know what it has to do with anything else. At first it just seems like it's a tribute to Cloverfield, just a way to reference Ultraman fighting a monster for a couple pages. He doesn't, finish the monster. We don't really get to see the fight much, but just a way to say, like, hey, he fought a monster and saved civilians instead of finishing it. But the weird thing is that there's this dude at the end who says, "Son, you're taking this too far." And it's like, I don't know who this dude is. Am I supposed to know who this guy is? Maybe it ties into next issue. I don't know. So, random tributes to Cloverfield aside, the story is unfortunately what I was hoping it wasn't. It is indeed about Ultraman versus these conspiracy theorists who think the science police are faking kaiju and are making their own fake kaiju to prove this. And the plot line with Dan Moriboshi, which would be the most important thing, just doesn't go anywhere. We don't learn anything this issue. I'm sure they're saving that for later. And it's just odd. It's just a very odd choice for an Ultraman story. There's no doubt that conspiracy theories are very dangerous in real life. I mean, we can look at the Christmas Day bombing, we can look at the Capitol riots, we can look at how many people died unnecessarily from COVID-19 because people wouldn't wear a mask or get vaccinated. But for an Ultraman story, I mean, it's more of a story that you would expect to see in Captain America. I don't think it's really well fitted for a story about an organization that investigates unknown phenomenon with a member who can turn into a giant alien that fights monsters. I haven't completely given up hope on this one. There is a really cool final page with a kaiju from the show that was definitely one of the more memorable kaiju in Ultraman. And I would like to think that they're not going to screw that one up and that it can get something interesting out of it. It's not going to just be one of these throwaway scenes. But unfortunately, even if they do get something interesting, it's still a story about basically Ultraman versus QAnon. And it just feels kind of like a waste when they've established far more pressing and far more interesting things to deal with. So I really can't recommend this miniseries overall so far, other than the Art Adams covers. They are gorgeous. If the Art Adams covers are worth $4 to you, I don't blame you. But as an overall package, it's not really there at the moment. But, who knows? Maybe this series can surprise me. Maybe I will love Ultraman versus QAnon by the end of this series. I don't know. But I will definitely be picking up the remaining issues in this miniseries and giving them a try. So like and subscribe for more videos, and until next time, I gotta say the writers have a lot more restraint than I do, because I would not have been able to resist calling the conspiracy theorist Ultra QAnon. See ya.